Hey there, YouTube. What's going on? So, the debate last night was funny, really. I thought that Trump overall took the debate, but he didn't. It wasn't a Mike Tyson versus me contest. It was. He was holding back quite a bit because Chris Wallace was obviously helping Joe Biden because Joe Biden isn't capable of helping himself. The mainstream media, obviously, okay, so Chris Wallace had some good questions for both of the candidates. Obviously, you guys saw that. And he was being less biased than he usually is. But he was helping out Joe Biden because Trump was trying to convey some information to the American people about Joe Biden and his son that the American public needed to hear. Without being filmed live, the American people would be completely blind to the fact of what's going on. Completely. Granted, President Trump doesn't talk about everything that needs to be talked about. I think that's more of a centralist type thing to try to get the majority of the voters. So you have like the far left, the far right, and Trump has everybody right here. You know what I mean? So, oh, there we go. The far left and the far right, and Trump has everybody right here. There's two little spectrums right here. This is Joe Biden, and these are the people that think Trump is a Zionist. So Trump has the majority voters. This is the middle class. These are even the richer end of the middle class and the very, very low end of the middle class. You can are described within those parameters of the spectrum on the party line. So Trump did win the debate. Joe Biden tried to come off as this caring individual who cared about you and you need to go out there and vote. And this man's not gonna decide if you can or can't vote. You need to vote. So I'm going to make another video in a minute about election fraud. Trump tried to speak over Chris Wallace and Joe Biden, and he did a good job of it by, you know, talking about his son receiving $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow, and being in Ukraine and what. How is he, you know, how is he worthy of receiving this money? He also talked about voter fraud and mentioned the 8 ballots that were found in the trash, or 9 ballots that were found in the trash, and 7 of those ballots being his nomination. So he touched on that, and he also touched on how Joe Biden supports the Green New Deal. And then Joe Biden also said that he supported the Green New Deal, and then he said he didn't. And Trump called out Joe Biden's son for doing cocaine, and Joe said it was a lie, and then he refuted and said, oh, well, he had a drug addiction problem, then he fixed it. And I'm proud of him. So there were like, I don't know how many lies Joe got caught in last night. Which is a good thing that people are seeing this man get caught in his lies. I don't get how you can elect a liar. That's my gig. I don't see how you can elect somebody who says they're going to do one thing and then they do another thing. They say they're going to do this and then they do that. They say they're going to lower the taxes, but they raise them. Well, that's another thing too. Joe's plan implements way more taxes, way more regulation. We're going to revert back to the society that we were heading in if we do elect Joe. I was glad that Trump clarified that. I wish for the media's sake and for the populace sake that Trump would have elaborated further on how he was helping Black America rather than saying how Joe hurt Black America. Because we all know how Joe hurt Black America. I mean, maybe we all don't know. I'm glad he did point out the fact that Joe did write the laws in the 90s, which mass incarcerated so many Black people. And we're putting people in prison for nonviolent crimes. It was fun watching these two on TV. I was surprised that Joe even showed up. And did you see his eyes? What was going on with Joe's eyes? He was on probably adrenochrome. That's the only thing that I could think of that would make your pupils dilate like that. He looked like an owl. I thought he was gonna start hooting in about 5 seconds. And then there was a wire on Joe's shirt here. He tried fixing it and then it popped back out. And then he also had a wire right here on his wrist. And I don't know what that one is. It was like a sticky, like it looked like a copper sticky, you know, the flat copper that sticks on stuff where you can make circuits and whatever. I'm assuming that has something to do with this wire, unless they're robotically controlling this MFer. They very well possibly could. I mean, it's not out of the possibility. You know, I mean, there is dark technology out there that we don't know about. But I'm not saying that he was an android. I'm just saying that it's possible. Yeah, he did have a wire on him. All his lines were scripted. You can tell he's been practicing in his basement for the past 30 days, getting ready for this debate, because that guy cannot remember anything. Okay? He needs a teleprompter when he's talking to you like this. And if he needs a teleprompter when he's talking to you like this, how is he gonna even think about remembering any lines out there? He obviously had a wire, and I mean, there are pictures on there floating around. You go look them up; they're on there. He was fixing it, and it made it worse. It popped out farther. So, yeah, Trump did win the debate. It wasn't a complete blowout, but he did win the debate. It was a mess how there was arguing and bickering and back and forth. And you just hear Joe, "Will you just shut up?" Could he believe he said "shut up" to the president of the United States? I could not. I couldn't say. I mean, I probably could, but it's just so disrespectful. And the lies. I'm so glad he got caught in all those lies. You're gonna see the truth come out about Barista. The hell is it? Anyway, you're gonna see the truth come out about his son and Ukraine and all those debacles pretty soon. And did you see how Joe kind of shriveled away when Trump mentioned that they have him on tape colluding to spy on his campaign? Good shit, y'all. Good shit. So anyway, we're gonna conclude this. I'm gonna make another video about election fraud coming up here, because last night Joe was saying that there is no evidence of that. There's no evidence of that. He was saying that the ballots were found in the garbage. There's no evidence of that. So Trump was saying there's, ballots found in the garbage, and Joe was saying that there is no evidence of election fraud or ballot harvesting. These people are out of their flipping minds, you guys. It's very obvious. I have no clue how the voting system works behind the scenes. Like, I have an idea, but with my own just plain common sense. My son is 9 years old, and his common sense says, well, they can steal the ballots in the mail. Obviously, they can steal the ballots in the mail. You're handing your stuff to somebody else. People are not honest. People are bad in general. People are bad. They're fleshly. They're tempted by sin. They fall into it all the time. Satan's around here saying, oh, yeah, go ahead and steal the election. Go ahead and hide the ballots. Go ahead and throw the ballots away. And then on the back of the ballot, it has the barcode with the party affiliation, the first letter of the party affiliation, on the last number of the barcode. It's
Democratic.
Yeah, you can see it's a D or an R at the end of the barcode. It's how blatantly obvious is it that voting by mail is fraudulent as can be. And I get the whole solicited thing. I don't even trust the solicited thing because, yes, I'm soliciting the government for my ballot and they're sending one back to me, but I got to send it back. And when I send it back, how do I know that my mail lady or mailman or whoever it is isn't a hardcore Marxist communist and doesn't have a big pile of Trump ballots or Republican ballots, because we don't know if it's Trump or not, because we can tell the party affiliation, though. How do we know they don't have a big pile of Trump ballots or Republican ballots sitting in their fire pit at home? We don't know that. The only way these elections can be won... I got to do voter fraud on the next one. Anyways, in the next video, we'll get more into detail about that. God bless you and God bless America.